We thank you for this opportunity, for this engagement, this day of your time. My name is Cece. I'm also present with Elon and the Essasani Collective during this channeling experience. In this particular transmission, we will be discussing the following idea. You would call this world, or in other words, universal peace. So, as we begin this transmission, there is some pieces of information we would like to say. A little bit of a disclaimer, if you may. And that is that we are not stating anything within the context of this transmission that has not already been said, but also the perception or viewpoints on this idea of what is happening on your planet right now. We are coming in a place of education, of love, of balance, and neutrality. And when we say that we are not going to say anything that has not already been said, we are referring to specifics of what is happening on the planet right now. There are far great perceptions that we will be discussing, that we will be planting some seeds in reference to this current situation happening right now. So you have heard the terminology to turn the other cheek, or to simply do not engage with activities that do not align, to pretend as though it doesn't exist. Because when you notice or when you acknowledge something exists, then you are calling it into your environment, into your physical reality. This is not necessarily true, because you may be aware of what is going on in other countries or in your own country, depending on whom is listening to this transmission. You may be aware of what is going on, and you have a feeling and a thought about what is going on. You choose a side, in other words. Or maybe you do not choose a side, but you still have an emotional reaction to what is actually happening. So this emotional reaction can be used in two different ways. You can take one part of the equation and simply allow yourself to be upset and angry and to absolutely nothing, and keep in that vibrational state, which then you are a vibrational match to the current situation, and you will perpetuate the awareness of what is happening, every detail, for as long as this particular situation continues to go, and you may find yourself a little bit miserable. Now, you have the opportunity to take what you know about the situation, even if you are feeling an emotion surrounding this. Perhaps you feel empathy or compassion, you feel sad, you feel angry, you feel frustrated. Allow yourself to experience whatever it is that you are feeling. But here is the difference. With the information that is being tapped into, the emotions, you can take this and do something about it. Make your voice heard. Spread across, however you are spreading across the message of love, of unity, coming together. Remember, you cannot point your finger and say that, oh, so-and-so is doing this and so-and-so is doing that, and they're now peace because of so-and-so. If you want peace in your world, if you want peace in your reality, you must be that shining example. So if you are looking to be a pillar for love, peace, start to create a foundation, such as maybe a GoFundMe is what they call them, a donation-based fund. Or maybe donate some of your time to helping locals that may be coming in from this country. Maybe offering support through your own personal talents and skills, whether this is to provide them a business service, or maybe even make them a quilt, or do some counseling, whatever it is that you feel may be appropriate, whatever your skills and talents are, because you are doing something about it. You are not allowing yourself to be a vibrational match necessarily. You are taking this as a momentum to create more positive change in the world versus pointing the finger and pointing the blame and feeling sorry for the world. You have the opportunity to always step forward, always take a giant leap forward, taking what information that you already know and the emotion that is pulling you in this direction. Use this because your emotions create a very static electric current. This static electric current can actually create larger waves without the emotion. So you can still do these types of activities if you are in the neutral zone, if you are very neutral about what is going on. Yes, of course, you may still find effects going forward. But if you have an emotion and you are feeling an emotion and you are taking action, you have a momentum building up. So that momentum is actually going to propel these waves forward and is going to create a much larger impact. And the more you share, the more you will attract and the more impact that you will have, not just in your local areas, but beyond your local areas. And you may have heard all of this before, but you can always take the current situations and make the best out of the current situations. So everyone in your society, for the most part, wants to live in a peaceful world. They want to see change. They want corruption gone. They want the deconstructing of what is no longer working. So the society or the collective can move into a higher vibrational point, attraction point. So now, in order for this to happen, there are things that need to change. And in this current situation, yes, it is quite saddening to your society to see these things occurring. But you have a choice in the matter, because as you notice these things happening and you are making an intentional change, even if it is just the way you feel inside about the world, and then you are taking action as a secondary, then you are actually creating this electromagnetic wave, this change within the collective itself. And now, when you do this, you are actually making a larger impact. And you have to expect that when you have an intention and when you are asking for a change in your world, things are going to change. They may not change the way you anticipate them to change immediately, but you will notice that corruption is going to be on the rise. You are going to notice. And the more society becomes aware of what is love and what is not, what is corruption and what is not, the more your society is going to notice this, the more changes that are going to be made. Also on an individual basis, because one person making a change to their entire life just by changing the way they think and feel will affect many individuals within your collective, many. We do not have an exact number at this point, but there are many. And so now we are going to take a few moments of silence. We are going to take a few moments to take a couple of breaths. And in this space, we are going to offer immense love, peace, gratitude, the coming together, the unity. So close your eyes and imagine that there is a large circle of souls or people around you, and you are holding hands. You are just breathing. And each breath that you take, the heart is harmonizing with the earth, the heartbeat of the earth, synchronizing with everyone in your collective holding hands, bringing the love and the peace that is being asked for on this planet. And this love and peace, imagine it spreading through your rivers and streams, your mountaintops, your skies, your animals, your governments, your people, your health system, your monetary system. everything that you could even imagine in your mind, offering love and peace. And sitting in this space for as long as you would like, feeling not only providing the love and the peace, but receiving the love and the peace throughout your entire being. Take a moment. Now, we would like to share with you that this time is a very crucial moment in your history, in your time. There is change happening. And these times may seem to be challenging for some of you, and maybe most of you. But remember that you all are orchestrating a major change in your world. And with your major change in your world becomes more and more closer to alignment. And when things and your world gets closer to alignment, all that is not gets expressed so it can be released or integrated. And so now we stand before you as a collective ourselves, offering our love and our support during this time. We are here, not just Cece, but the entire collective of the Galactic Federation. We are here with you all, supporting, loving, and nourishing all of you. And we thank you for this opportunity to allow us to express ourselves in this way. We send our unconditional love.